right, we are live, guys. Going to give credit to Walter Keane, who wrote and performed the DFF on Ice theme for us. He was so kind. Thank you, Walter. Today we have Sig, Steve, and myself here. Let me go ahead and get rid of that. Okay, welcome to DFF on Ice, episode number, I think this is 18. Yeah, it's what it says up in the top there.
Must be true.
Today, this is the, as Sig's nameplate says, where's my offer sheet? So we're going to do a little reacting to the offer sheet that made a lot of noise this week. So without further ado, we do not have any sponsors to thank right now, but we're working on that. So if you are a beer and or coffee purveyor, we would love to have you. If you're a purveyor of anything, even if you're just a person with money and you want your name or your face on this screen with us, reach out. We need some sponsors. So anyway, without further ado, Sig is going to lead us in our ritual.
Okay, DFFers, this toast is in honor of what Briere, Jonesy, and the Flyers did with last Friday's offer sheet and our continuing hope in their players to heed the same words and to always take the shot.
Take the fucking shot, boys.
Lovely.
All right. So before we get started, we're just going to get started talking about this. Sig, why don't you start breaking it down for us before anything else?
All right. This is going to sound funny. I have to admit it, but this is very exciting to me. I mean, I am a hockey guy, but these things like this don't usually happen. And we talked about it before. I'm like, yeah, but it's not going to happen for different reasons. But and I have this picture now of like Danny Briere channeling his inner Montgomery Burns, saying excellent, and Jonesy next to him in his Smithers saying "fuck a duck, sir." This is awesome. So anyway, let's get right to the offer sheet. In case you've been living in a glass somewhere, the Flyers offered Leo Carlsson a 5-year, $90 million contract. It comes out to $18 million per year. Over $85 million of that $90 million are signing bonuses spread out over 5 years. His actual base salary is basically around a league minimum each year. The bonus money, here's the thing. Bonus money is guaranteed regardless of any season that's shortened, canceled, starts late, whatever. So it's hard for a player to turn that down. Nearly $20 million in bonus money is due the moment the contract is registered. So as of Friday, if they match him, they don't match him, whatever, he gets his $20 million. Brinks truck rolls up, there you go. Over $39 million total was paid within the first 12 months. So that means he's getting another $19 million within the first year. So this severely limits cash flow for whoever gets him, which I'm sure the Flyers, aka Comcast, can handle. And remember, there's a new stadium coming, so they need to fill it. And for the record, the Ducks owner is one of the 10 richest people in California. So I don't think either one of those guys would have a problem with the cash. But we'll see. The one thing everyone needs to realize is this is very likely has the potential to throw the whole NHL salary structure out of whack going forward as a whole. So I don't know. I don't know how you guys feel.
Is it because the signing bonuses, like, is this, did they finally catch up to some of the other sports where they figured out a way around the salary cap? Or is this just paying somebody before they produce?
Well, it's not. Yes, on the second part, it's not really. It's not a way around the salary cap. Because the NHL does what Major League Baseball does. They take the whole contract and they divide it by however many seasons, and that's that's the amount that goes toward your cap. It's kind of cut and dry. So the bonuses are part of it. And it's just that, basically they're paying him $18 million a year, regardless of when he gets the bonus money. But if you don't have, first of all, if you don't have the cash, it kind of it kind of throws a wrench into your salary structure. And if you have, it's funny, the Ducks are almost exactly like the Flyers going into the season. They had just about $35 million.
Yep.
The same thing. They won a round. They got bumped in the second round. They're very promising. They have these guys that look good with Turd Cutter and Carlson and a few others. But they're all not all. They're a handful of them are RFAs. And Pat Verbeek, the GM there, he's a hard-nosed guy. He nickel and dimes these guys, and the players don't like it. He's tough in negotiations. He's willing to sit on these RFAs until training camp in the past to they hammer out a deal. And the thing was, in the past, nobody really did the offer sheets. I kind of got blacklisted from what I've read. The thought was you would get blacklisted. Well, it's a whole different NHL now, evidently, because he got 4 total offer sheets. The guy that they signed earlier in the week, Pavel Matuvikov, and I know I'm saying that wrong, he got a handful of offer sheets. So I just think it's the new NHL now, but I really don't know what it will do to Briere going forward. Honestly, that's a good question. Will people be reluctant to deal with him?
I don't know about that part. I mean, like, Anaheim's a team that you've worked with recently, big moves with Cutter and Drysdale, Zegras, all these guys. And, just because you piss off one team doesn't mean you're going to piss off all the teams. It's big balls Danny here. It really is one of those things where I feel like what Sig said, they have about $35 million the Ducks do in cap. And Pat Verbeek said, we'll pretty much match any offer. We'll go up to like $20 million. And Danny Briere said, okay. And he offered 18. I mean, this contract would make him the highest paid player in the league. Like, this is real. Pat Verbeek really must be struggling. Yeah, former Ranger, take that. But anyway,
former Flyer too. Didn't he play with Briere here? I don't know. I might be off a year or two.
Did.
Yeah. Well, whatever. I remember him more for the Rangers. Anyway,
he played for a few teams.
Whalers, man.
He was around.
Okay, man. Anyway, he was a whale. Yeah, I remember him.
One of those Whalers.
NHL 94 and 95.
He didn't give us a cup, so
That's right.
Exactly. But anyway,
very few have.
He has, they drafted this guy second overall, and then this comes up. I mean, like, it's a 21-year-old player. Like, do you realize if this goes through, the Flyers actually get younger? Like, that's insane.
Yes.
Like that is an insane thing to think about. And the fact that let's say they do match, the Anaheim Ducks do match. That means that they only have $17 million, and they're going to have to do the same exact thing with Cutter next year. And it's one of those things where basically, like, Danny Briere was like, this is kind of, I think this is good old fuck you to them for with like Cutter wanting to leave. We're like, fine, we'll take your guy. And doing this, if you're willing to give up 4 first-round draft picks in a row for this, you are telling everyone that this rebuild is over and you are serious. And kudos to Danny.
So they would only have 11 million left over, just like the Flyers.
Yeah,
and if they match, and I think Gauthier is it's not next year. I think it's this year.
I think it's next year. I just pulled it up.
It's after this season.
It's after the season?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
that's the only saving grace for them.
I thought he's technically a free agent right now. He's just a 10.2 free agent where you can't give him an offer sheet. He has 3 years on his opening contract, but he doesn't have the time in the NHL. So I thought it was this. I could be wrong. I thought it was this all season.
I love that Briere did this. And because and I don't think other teams are going to be reluctant. I think Briere is just ahead of the curve. I think offer sheets are going to be more common than ever before, because I think these teams understand that. And this is, I wanted to talk real quick about something else, but I'll get to that in a second. This is kind of like the new, like you said, like this is the new NHL. This is the way that people want to win. People want to win. People don't like these guys, like all the GMs and everything like that. These guys were players not that long ago. So they understand the feeling of not winning a cup. They understand how cities go decades without sniffing a cup. And I think they're willing to put it out there and kind of mortgage the future like other sports do, mortgage the future to try to get one now or within the next like 3 years. And the rebuild that the Flyers did, we all couldn't see the forest for the trees because we were so consumed, I would say, with winning now that I think their plan has always been, I think, a couple years ahead of what they let on. And that's why I think they did that this year. That's why I think, and I do think it was a little bit of a fuck you to Anaheim for Cutter. I really do. I really think that they looked at the opportunity. They said, look, the stars have aligned and we can send an offer sheet to Carlsson, and that's going to fuck the Ducks because guess what? They got our guy.
Fuck it, Duck.
Fuck it, Duck.
Sorry,
all the other, there's a handful of other GMs that saw this coming and they started locking up their RFAs a year ahead of time.
That's right.
I mean, even Briere has been locking some of these guys up ahead of time. It's Verbeek could lose his job. He didn't see it. He didn't sign anybody for the most part. So I don't,
And they were still upset with Drysdale too when they traded him away because that's our one of their big high draft picks too. Just like Leo would be. I mean, and then losing both of them to the same damn team. I mean, what a kick in the pants for that would be. But I agree with Rob with this is a changing of the guard, if you will. Think of it like the NFL 10 years ago when it became trade deadline time. Nobody cared. It wasn't that big of a deal. It was only like 6 weeks into the season. Now, Howie Roseman was one of the ones doing like the stuff in like the middle of the season, trying to get help, getting like Golden Tate and things like that. And people didn't see NFL trades. People didn't see NFL trades during the season or the trade deadline and stuff like that. And now it's a big thing. Now they have like a 12-hour ticker on NFL Network with what's going on. The leagues change. And I think that we are going to see more of these offer sheets. I have a thing where I can go into about like all the offer sheets soon and stuff and why Sig is excited about this, because this does not happen all that often. It rarely happens, and I got some numbers to prove it once we start up or once we finish our conversation with Leo's contract here or offer sheet here.
Yeah, I just pulled up something, and basically they're saying that like the reason that they were rare for the longest time is that at the time, like they've always matched. They were always going to match because they don't want to lose their players. The cap's going up, things like that, and that the draft pick compensation is too big for the Flyers to give up 4 picks, the next 4 first-round fucking picks, and then the retaliation talk, the unwritten code, which is that's kind of what we're leading into and what Steve you've been talking. We've all been talking about that unwritten hockey code that you just don't do it. And I think they get fucking those unwritten codes get fucking
it's a new NHL
passed by. Yeah. and teams used to prepare for them, in a major way by signing their guys early and all that. So how often, how common is it, Steve?
I can, yeah.
These offer sheets?
Let me just do a little chit chat about that. So again, Sig's right, because this does not happen that often. This is Leo's is the 18th one since 1997.
Holy
So
shit.
that shows you that that's why Sig's excited. Sig's a hockey guy. This does not occur all that often. In those situations, now we're still waiting to hear about what is it, Hayward with the Devils, because he went after the Mammoth. Sig, do you know if that one went final yet? I think that's tomorrow.
That's it. I know one of them was accepted today.
Then that was probably the Jersey. That was probably the Jersey Devils one.
Continue, okay. And I'll see if I can find it.
All right. So of the 18, 2 of them are
Mammoth match. Barrett, Hayton's offer sheet.
Yep. Hayton. Okay, so they matched it. So then that means that like I said, Leo's is the 18th. 12 of the 17 have been matched. That's how much these general managers care about their own players, about like keeping them and stuff. Flyers are actually, this is the 4th time the Flyers have done it. The Flyers have the most tenured offers than any other team at 4, which, yeah, that's about right. So the other times that we did this, the other 3 times, we all remember, and I wanted this one badly. Shea Weber in 2012.
Yep.
14 years, $110 million from Nashville. Paul Holmgren gave that one out. Look, 14, are you kidding me? That's a long-ass time. That was a Paul Holmgren one. I guess you could say it worked out for Nashville. They ended up trading him to Montreal, but, like, it was what it was. The other one that
real quick on that one, and I said this to Rob before we got on. So the irony is of that deal, it just ended. That 14-year offer sheet finally. The end of it was just days after. The Carlsson offer sheet. So yeah.
Now, did the Flyers do any offer sheets in the meantime, or was that?
That was the last one they did.
The last one the Flyers did.
Sounds like Steve is going backwards. So
I am going backwards.
Each guy, I mean, this guy in the middle they didn't get was really turned out to be fucking great. But go ahead.
In 2006, they sent boy, what a weak qualifying offer this one was.
Yeah, it was pretty weak.
Ryan Kessler, 1 year, $1.9 million. The Vancouver Canucks matched that pretty much immediately. And then the big one was in 1997, Chris Gratton. Chris Gratton was a Gratton, yes, from Tampa. So with Gratton, he was a big deal in Tampa. He's just coming off a 30-goal season, and he was picked 3rd overall in '93. And apparently, the funny thing about this is there was a trade that was actually in place, but it didn't happen in place. So Phil Esposito, the Tampa Bay general manager, and Brad Murray, the GM of the Chicago Blackhawks, had a trade in place. And they called, again, this is before cell phones, they called the league office and no one was there. And they left a message. Okay, I don't know why no one, they left a message. They called Gratton's agent and he didn't answer the phone. 18 minutes after this left message, the Flyers signed Gratton to the qualifying offer, which was 5 years, $16.5 million with a $9 million guaranteed signing bonus.
Damn.
So with that, the next day, Tampa says, "Oh, we're unable to read the contract, so it's not legible." And they're like, "Well, it was legible enough for Gratton to sign it." So it's going to go to like an arbitration. The arbitrator says like the Flyers offer is legitimate and it's valid. So then Tampa wants a hearing. Gary Bettman steps in and says, all terms of trades and contracts must be reviewed before a trade is consummated. Merely leaving a message is not a defining moment. So Bettman said, fine, we're not doing that. Tampa ends up not matching, and Gratton becomes a Flyer. Now, with the 4 picks that the Flyers had to give, they ended up doing another trade on there, if you recall, where Michael Remberg and Carl Dykhouse, remember him?
Yep.
Yeah.
They were traded to Tampa to get our 4 first-round draft picks back. So in exchange, we really, quote unquote, didn't lose our picks, if you will. So then that next year in '98, number 1 overall, the Tampa Bay Lightning take Vincent LeCavier, okay, with their pick. But then it worked out because we got our pick back, and 22nd overall, we drafted Simone Gagne.
Oh, Gagne.
Gagne was on that 20. He was on that 2010 team, right? Gagne.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was there. I find it works better with visual aids. So anyway,
that's what she said.
Yeah, right. So with those 4 draft picks that we got back, we ended up. Who did we draft here? Oh, I'm on the wrong damn page.
Wasn't it Mike Richards?
No, Richards wasn't one. It was Simone Gagne in '98, '99. Remember this one? Maxine Ouellette, the goalie.
Oh,
yeah.
2000 was Justin Williams. He turned out okay.
He won a couple cups in LA. Prick.
Come on,
Carolina.
Man. Yeah, it's right.
I think it was Carolina
this year.
He did fine without us. Thanks, Rob.
There you go.
In 2001, they drafted a defenseman. I don't remember this dude. Jeff Wolotek. Wicca.
Don't worry about it.
He didn't turn into nothing and anything. Right. So anyway, with Gratton, we ended up only having him for 108 games.
Yeah, it was like a year and a half.
It was a year and a half. And on December 12th, 1998, we traded Mike Sillinger and Damon Langkow and Gratton to Tampa to get Damon Langkow and Michael Remberg back.
That's right.
So it's kind of funny how that. So the whole Gratton experience, and let's hope to God if there is not a match, the whole Gratton experience was 108 games, 23 goals, 47 assists for 70 points, a +3, 5 power play goals, and 2 game-winning goals. He only had the 30-goal season once. And that was going into getting the offer sheet. Believe that?
Now,
doesn't that come to? I just wanted to take a little walk down memory lane because Sig is correct that this doesn't happen that often. Like I said, this is the 18th time since 1997. That's 29 years, which makes me sad. But 29 years, like think about that. Like this is why it doesn't happen. So this is why this is such a big deal.
Yep.
Okay, I'm good.
I can see a trade falling in place after this also.
With the Flyers to get some first round picks.
I can see if they decide Verbeek decides that we can't match it because it'll throw everything out of whack. But I'm not we don't want the number 1 picks. You know, we know when the Flyers are also now in issues where they got to trade 2 or 3 guys, and we're not talking just anybody. We're talking guys like Tippett, Cates,
Risto.
I mean, it could be Risto, York, Sealer.
Money.
Yeah, I mean, because they're only going to have 11 million, and they have 4 guys that they need to sign. 2 of them are going to easily total about 17 or 18 million. So I can see them, an NHL player or 2 back, maybe prospects, for a couple of the picks back. If the Ducks just dealt a couple defensemen, You know, they just gave the one defenseman some money. I mean, I can see them going for, if they take York back, maybe a Noah Cates, maybe like a Luchenko or Berglund or Nesbitt or somebody like that. And two of the picks, and the Flyers keep two of them. I don't know. Let them work it out. But I can see that would help for a big save face a little bit. They got some NHL ready talent.
Right.
And they keep their cap structure and whatever. So I don't know. It can happen. It can happen.
Yeah,
that's just as exciting as
but if
just
they do match,
the yay or nay on the offer sheet.
If they do match, what are the odds that the Flyers then offer Cutter one next year?
I don't think they will. If he still has that feeling of not wanting,
they might not be able to afford him.
I think
this is true too.
You had 41 goals. I mean, like, God damn it, 41 goals. We could really use that. You know it. Hey, Sig, real quick, do you think? And Rob, I want your opinion on this too. Do you think if Pat Verbeek does not match this, do you think this is like a kind of like a fireable thing?
I think he loses his job not having the foresight to wrap some of these guys up ahead of time.
Oh, yeah. Like there was no extension. There was no, because I don't know much about the Ducks front office or their doings, so I don't know how much conversation they had with Carlsson, say last year or the year before that. Like I don't know how much they talked to him about extending him. But how do you let your young star get to this point?
Even if they match, I could see them, you know.
Yeah, but see,
him being on notice.
Because then he's going to fucking lock him up. If
they match, it's because the owner said just do it.
Essentially, they're choosing between him and Cutter, right?
I don't. I don't know. I mean, they have to. You know, they don't have a year to do something to. I still think his contract is due this year, so I don't. I'm going to check.
I mean, the thing about it though is, I was just asking him with losing a job, like you knew going into this off season you were going to have $35 million. Like, I don't think Leo Carlsson. I don't think they were planning on him making the most money in the NHL. You know what I mean? And by a lot. You know, like you look at like Connor McDavid's like making like 12.5 million. He's one of the best players in the league. This is double.
Carlsson won't be the highest paid player for long.
No,
I understand that.
Won't stand very long.
Gautier's contract is up.
Okay,
it is.
So that could happen.
He's an RFA.
So that's the thing. They might have to decide between the two, as well as the fact. But it goes back to what Rob said. You knew you were going to have this money on here. I don't think if you're Anaheim, I don't think you would have had to pay Leo Carlsson $18 million a year. I feel like if you were going to lock them up, like you guys were saying like earlier, you would have gotten this at a cheaper rate. And then you could have maybe done that. Now this is going to chop half of your salary cap, more than that, because they only have 35. This is 18.
Yeah,
like, look at that.
They could have done way more than 5 years too, and spread that number out.
They could have gone up to 8 or 9 before.
Well, it's
I know it's going to change, right?
It's 8 years until September.
The next
September.
The next collective bargaining comes.
And that is it going down to 7 or 6?
And there's no reason
it's going to 7.
7.
Okay.
It's just dropping here, and there's no reason that the Flyers can't add three more years on it in a soon.
Yeah, absolutely.
At the end of that contract, that last year of that 5-year contract, he has a no trade clause.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know about that part. But yeah, one last thing, at least for me with the contract. I mean, you look at the numbers there, like it's signing bonus, man. $85.3 million doing the math is signing bonus. 4.7 million is actual salary. So like that, I mean, that is a big, like, that's a big old chunk. I mean, like, geez, like that is a lot.
I mean, it sounds like they're trying to trade some guys this week. That one guy, the defenseman Frank, I forget his name, something or other. He's on the, block right now. He's got a $5.5 million contract. So I don't know.
Right. We were going to talk about this for a freaking half hour.
Right. All right. Let me ask you real quick.
All
Sig,
right.
you might have the answer to this. 11.6, is that the number that the Flyers are going to have left over if this goes through?
Yes, I wrote it down here somewhere. I got to
What's
find
it going to cost? What's it going to cost
right
to keep Zegras and Drysdale and Gravenkin?
All right, so I'm not even going to worry about Gravenkin right now.
I kind of
okay, but all right, what I write, barring any creative accounting, Zegras could be in the $9 million range, and Drysdale could be in the $8 million range. So that's roughly $6 million more than they would have available during the off season. Before the start of the season, you're allowed to be 10% over the cap. You just got to have it straightened out before the season starts. So, I still think there's one or two players that probably have to go. Tippett is $6.2 million. And he has a 10-team no trade clause that I didn't realize.
Oh, geez.
Risto and York are around just over $5 million, like 5.1.
One of them will have to go.
Sealer's 2.7. Konechny's 8.75. No one's touching him. And Coots is 7.75. No one's touching him. I think the Ducks, if there's a trade, I think they would probably look at someone like Noah Cates, who's a good number 2 center. He's affordable. But that's not enough on our end. I still think we would need to throw in somebody like Risto or whatever. And even probably a guy, Lachenko, Nesbitt, like I said before. I mean, they may even want somebody like Barkley or Bump.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Those guys aren't making any money. I want to run through some comments real quick. I want to give Alex her due. She was the first one in. She said, "Fuck the Penguins." And then Dave jumped in. Fellow DPF Dave jumped in and said, "Cheers." Paul said, "Bottom up." So that must have been when we were doing shots. And Ray said, "Fuck the Penguins, fuck the Ducks."
That could go for fuck the Devils, too.
It could be fuck the Devils. Maybe it should be FNJ.
All right. I would say, so that we can sorry, go ahead.
Paul asked if a team has 3 guys eligible to be sheeted, can all 3 be offered by 3 different teams?
I don't see why not.
I don't see that. I don't think there's any restriction on how many.
That is one.
I think one team could do it if they wanted to. They can afford it.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's the GM.
If you want to piss somebody off, right
there. Okay. Last with the offer sheet. Just do you think the Ducks are going to match? Rob?
My gut says no.
I am still 50-50. I lean toward them matching. I can honestly flip a coin.
I'm the same exact way. I lead to them matching as well, and the only reason why I say that is we had the debate about you lose your job over something like this. Like I don't know what Anaheim's going to do, but I think they're going to. I think they're going to match. I hope they don't. You kidding me? You get Carlsson, and then you bring Zegras and Drysdale back, and now we got to talk about all our guys we just got too.
Yeah, I have another question regarding this, but he went back to Verbeek when he got all these offer sheets.
Yes,
they offered him like $12.5 million, $13 million. And he got these offer sheets. Now, I don't know if he specifically said, I have an $18 million one, but supposedly he asked for $15 million. And they said no. I don't know the timing. But if that's the case, I'm like, well, one, if you didn't take him for $15 million, I don't see you taking him for $18 million.
Exactly.
But if you didn't know that there was an $18 million one, and you're still fucking Pat hard-ass Verbeek playing hardball, then you're still playing hardball when somebody's got offer sheets. You're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
And I got to be honest, I don't give a fuck if Pat Verbeek gets fired. And I think it would actually be funny if Briere got him fired.
That would be fun.
But the rumor was out
He's an
there.
ex-Flyer. He could be here working for us next. So just
Okay, that's a good segue. That's a good segue because I wanted to talk about the rumor that Giroux was coming here. And I know that a lot of people are thinking, he'd be great as a fourth line center, teaching the young guys how to play. And he's really great at faceoffs and all that. And all those things are true. But that doesn't make signing him the right thing to do. And I think that as Flyer fans, we romanticize the players who leave because they go elsewhere. As Sig, is that homebrew?
Yeah.
Right, it is.
And what do you call that again?
This is the Kolsch.
Oh, the Kolsch was so good.
What do you call your
So yeah, we have a fictional brewing company that we named after my dog who's no longer with us. So it's Boomer Brewing Company.
Brewing Company.
And I made stickers.
Fictional
I make
company.
labels with his face on it and everything. So yeah.
I love it.
A fictional brewing company that brews actual beer. That's some shit right there, man. That's drunk Flyers fan shit right there.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway,
if I was offered $19 million, I would probably just get my own brewery then. So
that or just sell the name, right?
Yeah.
And let somebody else do it.
It's probably out there. Somebody has it.
Possibly.
Damn man.
But as I was saying, okay, Jason says R.I.P. Boomer. We appreciate that. So yeah, we romanticize the players that leave. Obviously, the franchise does as well because they seem to hire former Flyers exclusively. I mean, I know that's not the case, but we always seem to go back into the Flyers well. So when they don't do it, I find it a relief. There was always talk after Brind'Amour left, he'll be back. We all I specifically recall with Brind'Amour saying, "Oh, don't worry, he'll be back," thinking that it's a foregone conclusion. Just because they traded him doesn't mean he's not. And he never did. He never returned.
Yeah.
And Paul, you're right. We do love G, but he had his Flyers career. His Flyers career is over, and that's okay. He can come back on alumni night, and that's fine. This shit doesn't tend to work out as well as we hope most of the time.
It does.
Now.
Yeah.
What's that?
It is right now.
Are you talking about with Briere?
We got Briere, Jonesy, and Tocchet in the new era of orange and black, which is the same guys from the old era running it, which is irony everywhere.
Essentially, because you remember they brought back Hextall when he wasn't as good because he was older, and he
was another Pat for Beak type, hard ass,
Well, we brought him back as a player, and we brought him back as front office.
GM,
So I mean, we gave him a couple shots, and we all love Hextall. That's never a question. We all love Hextall. We'll never not love him. He fucking fought. He scored 2 goals. Like, Hextall was the shit. But that doesn't mean that we want him back in net for us at fucking 50, 60 years old or whatever he is. And Paul loves Sig. So there's that too.
We all do.
And it's true. It's true. It's a big fucking love fest here at Drunk Flyers fans.
I'm with you, Rob. I think you're romanticizing about the past. I think it's kind of cool that his last game was his 1000th game with the team. I look at it like one of those things where it's like, we had said this I think over the weekend where I'm like, it's like when we needed like a backup quarterback, everyone's like, bring Nick Foles back, bring Nick Foles back. Well, why should I tarnish my what I've done? And then you look at like the Sixers did it with Allen Iverson. They brought him back, and he just looked like a shell of himself. And people don't remember Allen's second time here with the Sixers because it was awful. I don't want to say it tarnished what he had done, but
it was embarrassing.
It was embarrassing.
It was embarrassing.
That's not our guy.
He was not the player he was.
And we traded Drew to Florida. for a shot at a cup. And then after that, he said, I want to go home. I want to go to Ottawa. And he went home to Ottawa, and it sounds like that's where he's going to re-sign. And you know what?
Yeah.
I get that. Go home, man. If he wanted to be with his family, he had his, he didn't get his cup here. He went to a finals. I feel like the time is like, I think the other thing is too, like, how is as a former captain coming in and seeing somebody else with your C and stuff like that? So what? I automatically have to give
it back. Right.
Like, you know what? Like, I feel like it could be kind of awkward. Like, I love Drew, and I know everyone would like to have him back because then their Drew jerseys are still good. But like, I see the point of it. I'm not going to say it wouldn't have helped the team. Guy could win a faceoff when you needed it. God knows we need that. But I don't think it was worth it, if you will. I think an alumni night would be fine. That's exactly it.
This is always one of those deals that teams do in all sports, where you sign a one-day contract, you retire a flyer, and then that's that.
Yep, and that's pretty much where I'm at with the Drew thing. Like, I'm, good for Ottawa. Again, even when he signed there, Ottawa wasn't a cup contender, and they're still not. So he wanted to go home. It was more important than a cup after he went to Florida to try and chase one. And again, that was only a half a season. That was like 25 games. You know what I mean? That was at the trade deadline. And going home was more important. So go home, man.
I will say when we threw that post up, it got a lot of attention. I mean, a lot of people commented on that. And, even after you weed out the happy clappers and the negative Nellies, it was still probably about, just rough guess, like 65, 75% for signing him, happy to get him back. So a lot of people would wanted him back. I mean,
I wouldn't have been 100% against it, but like
I could have gone either way. I
agreed.
Honestly, it's a money thing too. I mean, marketing wise, it's going to sell tickets. I don't know if they need it to help selling tickets, but it's a feel good story. It's going to make money for the team and whatever. But I could have gone either way, honestly.
Yeah, he'll turn 39 during next season. And the last thing I want to see is an aging Giroux taking the ice and not being what we remember.
That's what I said, man. You tarnish
because that's what he's becoming. I mean, his point total, he only got over 100 once, but I mean, after his first year in Ottawa, he had 79 points. And since then, I mean, he had 20 goals in 23-24, and then he had 50 points, 49 points last year. So, I mean, on the Flyers, you think, that's acceptable, but if you want, you know what I mean? We want to win. And that's what that's the whole point of this whole offer sheet and why you're going to sign certain players and why you're not going to, and why you draft. Like, we want to win. And, I don't know if an aging Giroux does that, puts us over the top.
Hey, Paul, I had a great beer tasting this past weekend. Saturday, 4th of July was my best day yet. And spoiler alert, on Friday, I'll put something.
You drank it all?
I did not drink it all. I didn't sell it all, but I sold a lot of it. I'll be at the Giant in Plymouth meeting on Friday afternoon. So put that out there for your friends.
The one on Chemical Road in the Metroplex?
Yeah, in the Metroplex, yeah.
That was the good one. That one was popping. All right, Danielle wants to know how Alex is always the first one in with the FTP. She might be in the same room with Sig. It's possible, right?
She's a computer person. She always has like 15 different media in front of her. So she's like typing one thing and researching something else. And
Danielle would be doing that. I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 screens in her office plus my laptop, but I have to commandeer the office in order to do the show. So she's able to watch on her phone.
Shout out to Alex for helping troubleshooting. I was almost not on here this evening.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
she got you. She got you on.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking cheers.
Let's talk about who we got. We got a lot of fun guys.
All right. So
Yes.
we're gonna work backwards, or do you want to go into draft, or do you want to do free agents? Only three real note.
Let's
talk free agents first.
Okay.
Simply because the draft, we can cover the draft anytime between now and the season, and nobody will know those players.
We're not going to see these guys for 3 to 5 years anyway.
It's good. That is absolutely correct.
All right. So
Good call.
I guess the first thing that came across was Tyson Forster extension, 8 years, $56 million, $7 million AAV, which pales in comparison to Leo Carlsson. And also remember that extension kicks into effect after this upcoming season. So it's really 9 years. Yeah, for 9 years. Is actually less than his current contract, which is $7.5 million for next season. No mention of a no trade contract, but that doesn't mean it's not in there. So 24 years old, he secures long term, 9 years. They're locking in a potential rising winger before the 18 million Carlsson thing, and he's dependable, two-way presence in all situations. Everyone seems to be upset about his injury history, but I think that's built into the price point with the cap rising every year. There's risk, but isn't that always the case for any player in any contract? I mean, Carlsson could be done mid-season this year for his career, and he's getting all that bonus money.
Yeah. What do you got, Rob? What do you think of the Forster?
I mean, I like it. Like I said originally, I think the 8 years feels long, but again, it's got a good number. And healthy, I think he's solid. Like I like him on the ice. I want to see if he can manage to stay healthy and do, what was expected of him after he was drafted. Like he has 20 goal potential, if not more, right?
Well, he was on a 41 goal. So. He was on a 41 goal pace to start this season.
Oh wait. Yeah, good.
And and I still haven't found anything that confirms what the hell the injury was. Contrary to what some people are stating in our comment section on that post, I haven't found that. I have people alluding to his shoulder but not confirming it. I've seen bicep but no confirmation. I know he had the elbow injury, which also wound up getting infected and needing a second surgery. But nothing's confirmed that. So I have no idea what the injury is. If it is the shoulder, okay, yeah, I mean, that could be chronic. I know that for a while. I mean, myself, but I have no idea what that injury was. Still don't, which is odd.
I'm happy with it. I know we're the phantom injury, but my God, just look at like how when he came back and then you added Porter Martone. My God, that was like Sig said it. Like that was an after trade deadline additions, putting both of those two in there. And I know that Tyson didn't have like the greatest playoffs, but you're not making the playoffs if you did not get him back when you did after or in March. And I think the team rallies around him, the team respects him, and he got his bag, he got his money, and I'm fine with this. I'm okay with giving these contracts out to someone who's 24, not a 13-year deal to someone who's 29, like other teams in this town. But I think this is a great deal. He wanted to be here, and doesn't that say something about what they're building here? That he wants to stay here, he wants to be here. This is after next year, like what Sig said. So that's 9 years. That means that would take him. You said he was 24, so he would be 33.
Right.
Like that. This is your career. This is the main chunk of your career coming up, and he wants to spend it here. Like how do you not feel like happy and excited about that?
Yeah. No. It's again,
Oh damn.
health.
Yeah,
He's
I know.
He's one of those guys. We need to see it. I mean, he's been healthy up until this year, so I mean, it's not like he's injury prone.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think he's injury prone yet. So
yeah.
The other two free agent there's a few of them, but Carl Gunstrom's back on a 1-year deal.
Love that deal.
It's for 1 year. He actually took a half a pay cut. It was his prior contract was $1.8 million. This is $1 million. 47 games. He had 13 points with a +7 rating, almost 12 minutes average on ice, and he was third in the team with hits.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I mean, he's your bottom,
right?
Bottom 6, bottom 3, whatever. Another talking about the bottom 3. Noel Achari. I think that's how you say it. Achari. Sorry.
Achari.
2-year, 2-year, $5.6 million. So it's 2.8 AAV.
Mm-hmm.
He's known for his physicality, penalty killing, and a 52% face-off win percentage last year.
That's
right-handed
huge.
shot that can play center or wing, and he kicked in 13 goals or bounced them off his head, whatever. The guy's basically an upgrade over Hathaway.
Yep,
you have another face-off option along with Coots and Devo, and if someone like Cates is moved, he doesn't drop the gloves all that much though. So I still think they kind of need a little bit of something there, but
he gets hits though. He
hits people. He does hit people.
And that's what I said. He'll get some scrums and stuff. I love that. I think this is a great signing. Exactly what you said, Sig, because we're gonna have to treat someone like I mean, in all honesty, even if we don't get Carlsson with signing Drysdale and Zegras, like I don't know how much we're gonna have left. Like we're gonna have to move some people. So this is a great. I'm very happy with this contract and the Grundstrom runs too. The 1 year, $1 million.
I mean,
I thought they're both great deals.
Yeah.
I'm very happy with both of those.
They pulled in some cat named Zach Aston Reese.
Yeah.
Depth forward, a 2-year, $1.75 million. So that's like 875 AAV a year. So he's probably a two-way guy.
Yep.
He's 31, bottom 6. He can play any position. Stellar penalty kill, heavy forecheck, physicality, shot blocking. So yeah, he's
might
that
be
guy
like
that
replacement.
Yeah.
Back to Achari real quick. I was just scanning through an article. He's played 71 playoff games.
That's great experience.
Well, it's yeah.
And he went to the Cup with the Bruins. I mean, it's fucking 2019, so you're talking about 8 years ago. By the time this season's over, but that's still vital for this
playoff
team.
Experience.
That's still, yeah, absolutely, it is vital. Because we don't have a ton of we got them the experience this year, but we need guys who've been there and understand the grind of that fucking second season.
Was he the guy that was bouncing Konecny's face off the ice? And was it like game 5 or 6 against the Penguins? That one the last home game here, or the last game 4 it might have been. I think
it very well could have been.
He was bouncing Konecny's face off the ice, and he got nothing for it.
Great. Now that's on our side. I'll take it. The other one, it was another minor league one that I saw, Sig, just an AHL contract. But, I forget his first name, but his last name was Foote, Foote.
Nolan Foote.
Oh, yeah.
Nolan Foote. And then I I remember Adam Foote. I'm like, I wonder when he was with the Colorado Avalanche. I'm like, I wonder if they're related. And then, I found out that's his son, and he's 25 years old.
Any relation to Barry?
And then I made myself sad. So I was like, damn it. I was like, I still haven't gotten over the Dante and Boba shit. I was like, oh no. It's starting to happen to me. I'm only 45 and it's starting to happen to me. And it makes me sad. and I hear it's only going to get worse.
Oh, sorry.
How do you think I know it seems like casino charge body type. All right. Well, I don't. Do you want to try to do the draft real quick?
We got to talk about the goalie.
Do we? Which goalie?
Who? What goalie? We got a goalie.
Which
Oh
goalie?
yeah, we got a goalie. All right. So yeah. All right.
Is he
So
a starter?
and the worst kept secret of the Flyers all season.
That's right.
Danny Vladar's extension of 5 years, 27.5 million, 5.5 AAV. It also kicks into effect after this upcoming season. So it's really 6 years he's here. So, I mean, next year it's like 3.35 and no mention of a no trade clause, essentially for 6 years through age 34. They also did the trade for Joseph Woll, age 27, currently signed through 28 season with AAV of 3.667 for the next 2 years. Now the Flyers have 2 goalies after the draft and 5 others in the pipeline. Yeah, we knew that was going to happen. I think we all wanted Vladar back. No one is happy with the length, but I don't think that's a big deal. Like 4 or 5 years down the line, that's not even 5% of your between the two guys of your cap space.
I know. I was the one who was against the signing. I still kind of am, but I do get and understand what you're saying with, like, again, only 5%. And if your starting goaltender is only going to be like 5%, it's like, you look at it with like, pitchers and quarterbacks. Like if you hear that, your ace or your starting quarterback's only 5%, it, like, if you put it into perspective, that's not bad. I would still like to see a little bit more from Dan Vladar, but I'm excited about Mr. Wall myself.
I bet you guys. That was off the Cowboys. Just a quick reminder.
Always.
Yeah, keep going, Steve. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I think. Go ahead, Sig. You set us up.
I'm trying to find if I had the. I didn't write down the Wall trade, but we all know what that was. So
that's right. That's right. Well,
it was Ariston and Andre and a 3rd round pick to them, and then I forget the other name. I was just
we got Wall Benoit, another defenseman, and who kind of hits people and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I forget the pick that we got back, but basically it was this Urson for Wall. We upgraded our second goalie, so I mean he has a little bit of an injury history, but I think
I like what they did. I like what they did in net this offseason. I like the deal for Vladar. I think they rewarded him, but I don't think they're what is it? How many years? 5?
5 for Vladar,
plus 5 on top of the one he has left, so it's 6 total.
6
total. So I mean, and we all know that if he shits the bed, they can get creative and get rid of him or whatever they have to do.
Nowadays,
But I think Vladar was the pleasant surprise last year that I think he'll continue to improve, given the opportunity to play. And I think Wall is a much more capable backup than the man he was traded for. And I don't mean to sit here and shit on Urson, but and again,
Toronto traded him.
Right.
He did.
And didn't he get cut after that? He got traded and then cut.
He's going to be Ottawa's backup.
Okay. Who's their starter? Is it still Patrick Lalime?
I think so. I think
Lalime retired fucking 20 years ago. So I like what they did. I think signing Vladar and then trading for Wall, I like that. I think what they did was they kind of shored things up where last year it was kind of hit or miss with fucking Urson.
Yeah.
He played great at the end of the year. That's all we really had.
He did when you needed. Again, he won 5 of his last 6 starts or something like that, I believe. But yep. He got me. He beat me to it. I'm with Paul. I only wanted a 2 or 3.
That might not have got it. But that might not get it done. So what happens?
I agree. I agree on both aspects.
So Dar's agents say, we'll take our chances. We'll play out our next year. We'll take our chances and we'll go to free agency.
I know. And then,
what do you do?
Piss off the player and then he doesn't want to sign and stuff like that. But the Wall trade,
it's risk reward.
I absolutely love that. Well, I have more confidence now with Wall back there because, like, yes, he has the injury history, but he's just a competent goaltender. There were some times last year before the Olympics where Erisson was just not even a comparable goaltender. Like, he's letting in three. Remember the Rangers game where he let in like the first three shots? Rangers were the worst team in the league, and you were in Philadelphia. Like, come on, man. Like, you can't do that. Now, we're not going to have that now. Your team immediately got better by getting a better backup goaltender, and you got him under contract for 2 years. So he has a nice little deal too, where he's making 3.66 each of the next 2 years. So you're not bargain. They're not bargain basement shopping, getting a backup goaltender for like $800,000 or something. You have someone who's established. You have someone who's on an NHL contract, who earned it from actually playing in the NHL and being a decent goalie. The confidence for Vladar to actually not feel like I have to play every single night. Maybe if we had Wall, maybe game 3 against Pittsburgh after the arm injury, maybe you would have started Wall. Maybe you would have had the confidence to do that. You have that now with the established, really good goaltender, and I am ecstatic about.
Wall won 27 games 2 years ago,
and if he is,
that's a good season. That's a good season.
If he is as good as he sounds like he could be, there's no reason why you can't trade either one of them at some point and get something back that might help you somewhere else.
And
if you hit on one of these other 5 or 6 guys as the backup,
that's what needs to happen, and that's what hasn't happened yet.
Nope.
With a lot of these guys,
they drafted 2 more, so
they drafted 2 more. Man, it blows me away how many.
I have that question, dude. Does that tell us that the Flyers have zero faith in these other 3 goalies in their pipeline?
I think it's pretty clear. I mean, I know that at least one of those guys. I don't know if it's the Russian or was it? Were they both? Yeah, or no? Who did they draft? They drafted 2 Czechs this draft. One of them was probably not coming over, right?
I don't know. I don't think probably either one of them are coming over right away. They're big dudes too. One 6'5", the other 6'3".
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, 6'5".
Right. So there's they have a type because Vladar's huge.
Yeah, and the thing about that though is I was looking at the draft. They drafted him 62nd overall, and there were no goaltenders drafted in the first round. He's only the 3rd goaltender drafted this year. So, like, he's got to be revered as one of like the better goaltenders from this draft. I mean, if he was like the 3rd one taken,
that could all be pretty bad though.
They could.
Right, 100%. The third best of a bad bunch.
But at the same sense, you drafted a 2nd one later in the 6th, I think it was, or something like that. So it's like
it was the 2nd round and the 4th round.
Well, and also with look at what they did with, just real quick, drafting like the 1st and 2nd round. They got defensemen. They knew what they needed. Like they went out and they drafted huge.
The Flyers, the one thing that they came into this draft with wasn't a position or a player, it was size.
Yeah.
I think last year they got Martone, who was big. They went out and they dealt a small forward, and they got Yurasek, who was like 6'1", 6'2". They liked that Hunter McDonald, who was up for a contract also. He hits people. He's a big defenseman. And this 1st overall pick, it's Maxim Sokolovsky or whatever you want to call him. He's 6'7", 240 pounds out of fucking Kazakhstan. I mean,
you just wanted to say that.
He's going to come with a hockey stick and an RPG.
That's it, man. That's it, man. He's going to be like, have you ever seen Kazakhstan's fucking capital?
His original draft rank was like 40.
The capital of
original
Kazakhstan is called Astana. Here's a little fun fact for you.
Yeah.
And it is like one of the most futuristic, weird cities in the world. Just do yourself a favor and go on Google Maps and look at some of the fucking the architecture. Or just Wikipedia. It's a fucking weird place, man. I would love to go there. Might not come back. Might end up getting.
All the stands. All stands are weird, man.
Yeah, this is true.
What about Sig? Do you know off the top of your head how big is Nesbitt, who first round last year? Was he is he large or
off the top of my head?
He's just a normal size man?
No, I think he's big.
I don't know. I only had a computer or one of those handheld devices to kind of.
It's all right. Hey, 6'4"? That's still
6'4". 6'4".
Dude, just thinking about the dude in the first round. Holy hell. 6'7",
6'4".
and that's
wow.
Like 6'7", this dude, and that's not on skates. This dude's going to be like 6'9". Have you seen like the videos and stuff of him? Number 17, like when they all come over, like after a goal, like if he scores a goal or
they're hugging him around the waist. It's like your 2-year-old hugging you.
He has a very heavy shot too. So like imagine if he can develop.
I know.
And be on the power play with that with that shot from the blue line, like that would be a thing of beauty.
He's a devastating hitter.
Yes.
From what I read, he's a devastating hitter.
He's got leverage on everybody.
It's just in tight. It's just he needs to work his footwork in tight. But that's probably true for almost any big guy.
I would think so too.
I mean, you think there's like Chara was 6'9". The Kraken have a defenseman, Jamie Alexiak. He's 6'7", I think. The Jets have that guy Stanley, who's like 6'7". Those guys are all great. They all play very well. They're I don't know how fast they are.
Right. A little lumbering. Remember Chara was slow.
He would just do this, and you have to get around him. It's an extra stride or two to get around the guy. And you put a stick on the end of his arm. It's like that's half the rink.
Yeah, and that's what Jason was saying in the comments, where he's like, that's a Zdeno Chara. Chara wasn't the fastest guy, but you know what he did? He leaned up against the glass, and that puck didn't go past him. It would hit him in the shoulder pads because it was that freaking tall. He would block shots too. Like if you can if you're signing up for something like if that's what we're signing up for, holy hell. And that dude, how long did Chara play? My God, he played like 20, 22 years or something. That dude played freaking forever.
I hated that big asshole too.
Me too. But if I could have that, oh hell yeah. No, this was fun.
Yes. All right. So yeah, I mean, we talked a little bit. Well, we did the free agents. We're going to skip the draft. I mean, we didn't get too.
We kind of went over it a little bit. We hit the number one pick, and that's the most important thing right now.
That's the most important thing.
The one little thing I wanted to throw out there. So, the Flyers, we know the Flyers have a couple other RFAs. So, and the Flyers offered them qualifying offers, but like right after the offer sheet, all of these the three guys agreed to contract arbitration. So it's interesting, which it prohibits other teams from talking to them and making them offer sheets. So once Leo Carlsson's situation,
resolves
is out there, they're like, they're not saying, it's not like, no. Now we want our money if we're going to pay him $18 million a year. I mean, I scored this many goals. I should get this much compared to that. Now they're saying, okay, we'll wait. Contract arbitration, blah, blah, blah. They know once Leo goes one way or the other, the Flyers will sign them.
Right.
Yeah. And
I assume that they know how much probably they're getting already.
Not only that, though, Sig, I agree with you, but with Zegras and Drysdale, we have until the 20th until their arbitration even starts.
Yeah.
So they have time essentially after Friday, they're going to have another week or so
Mm-hmm.
to sit down and talk with these guys and be like, okay, let's talk years, let's talk numbers, let's talk, what is it you want in this contract and stuff. I really do believe after Friday, whether we get Leo or not, like I think that both of them will be signed. I think
They'll fall right in line.
yeah, I think the last one, what is it? Was it Sutton or Sundin who was the last one that actually went to arbitration? It's been a while, or Sutter, if you will. It's been a while since the Flyers have actually gone to arbitration with someone, which is a great characteristic for a player, for a team. I mean, that's why Carlsson said he's like, I want to go to the Flyers and stuff. Like, we're like a destination. Danny Briere said like 2 years ago, you would never say that. Now people are like, oh shit. Like, they knocked out Sidney Crosby, and they're like, yeah, all right, we got our asses whooped against like Carolina, but they won the fucking cup and lost what, 2 games the whole goddamn like playoffs.
They proved after beating us that they were as good as like they were.
What we thought they were, and for our sake, I feel like we played them better than Ottawa did, at least, and such. But anyway, I just think that they're not going to go to arbitration with the guys.
No,
and if they do, well, the arbitrator says this. That's the.
I don't even think that's going to be an issue. I just think. I look at it like you got Zegras and Drysdale, like they know what the contract situation is going to be like now going forward. Mm-hmm. But they're saying, no, that's all right. Get this guy.
Right.
I want to be here. I want to win.
Here.
Yeah.
I want to be here, and they want the Flyers to do what they have to do to build the team around.
They're not jealous. There's no jealousy. There's no like fucking, pettiness or anything. Forster, they interviewed him, and he's like, this is exciting. I can't wait to see what happens. I love this.
Well, he got his, so he's excited because he got his too. So but it's true though. The fact that fucking and like I said, he went back and he told them, I don't want to be a Duck anymore. He said, I mean, that's a positive. Like, I don't want to be here
that's
anymore.
according to reports. I mean,
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I love reports.
That's according to Frank Saravelli, the ex-Philadelphia Inquirer beat writer.
I would argue against reports. I'll say it's all bullshit. But A.J. Brown is a Patriot. So apparently people who report shit, they have some kind of information that I don't. So if reports are that that Carlsson does not want to be a Duck anymore, I'm going to take that as gospel.
That's what I said. Somebody left Jell-O shots at my house this weekend.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, shit.
That was on purpose. Unfortunately, I left all the fucking desserts there too.
I ate them too. All right, guys. I think this was fun. I think we accomplished a lot here this evening.
Fuck yeah. I think we did well. So we're probably, for all our watchers and people who stream this later on all the platforms, not a lot happens in the off season. I mean, shit does happen, but we're probably going to have to come back on here after Friday. Am I right?
We might have to do something real quick.
We might have to come back either.
We're all going to need a release of some kind.
Like next week. Yeah. Yeah. So be prepared for that. And then maybe like every 3 weeks, something like that. Like,
we'll be around. Don't mind us.
That's right. Meanwhile, we're on the page.
Yeah, keep commenting.
We're
there. Actually, You know what? We haven't done one in a while. I'll do a giveaway tomorrow. That's a spoiler alert. So I'll do a giveaway tomorrow. So check the page.
I love it.
Get some free Drunk Flyers fan shit.
I love it.
And any of you Phillies fans out there, the Butch is going to be working the All-Star Village, so look for him.
Yes, I went to orientation today, and I got to tell you, I'm fucking pumped. I'll be talking about that tomorrow night on DPF on Tap. So everybody tune into that tomorrow as well.
Yep. And Steve and I will be between the Village, the Sunday, the Monday, and we're going to be at everything also. So If
I
you
will
see
be
us,
following
look us
you
up.
guys around,
Yep.
throwing stuff, throwing eggs at you or something.
Yep. We'll be throwing them back.
Maybe we'll do a live stream on DFF from the
From
All
the
Star
convention
Village.
center.
So,
Nice.
all right, everybody, thank you for tuning in, and I'm going to take us out. Steve Sid, good job tonight, fellas.
Yuppers.
Let's go Flyers. Take the shot. And we are out.